Hello and welcome live to Valdebebas, where very shortly indeed the new halls of residence, the third phase of this state-of-the-art modern football complex on the north of the Spanish capital, will be unveiled. We see members of the football team, the first team, players from the Cantera, the youth team too, and also the basketball side who were in action less than 24 hours ago in Moscow against CSKA. You can see there at the top of the screen, Crecemos. We grow together. And this complex started with Florentino Perez, who moved the former training ground, Saporta, further out to the outskirts of Madrid, though the capital's obviously grown in the last few years. It's now within touching distance of the Castellana, the main road through the heart of Madrid that takes you down to the Santiago Bernabeu. There we see the captain of the basketball team, Felipe Reyes, sat alongside Zinedine Zidane, also flanked by Sergio Yul, who sat next to the head coach of the basketball team, also a former player, Pablo Lasso. Emilio Butragueño, Florentino Perez, Miguel Pardeza, also members of the local government, are here too for this event, which will start in a few minutes. A complex which will house students, footballers, from as young as 7, 8 years old. Plenty of footballers join Real Madrid. We have scouts across the world, South America, Asia, Africa. And these players can now come to Madrid, where they will study, where they will play football, and they learn values both as a footballer and also away from the game. It'll also be home to the basketball players, although they train just down the road at a sports hall called Mata Las Cañas. The medical services, the main medical services of Real Madrid, run by Sanitas, will be based here at Valdebebas. They control the nutrition and the diets of all the players of the football team, basketball team, throughout the ranks, from as young as 7 all the way through to the first team. This sports complex, as it is at the moment, there's still plenty of potential to grow, is 10 times bigger than the old Real Madrid city. People still arriving to this event. We saw Dani Carvajal, Alvaro Morata, Hasse, 3 players who were promoted from this youth system, players that were brought up here at Valdebebas. Also the likes of Diego Lopez, Iker Casillas, although they didn't play here as youngsters, they benefited from Real Madrid's youth policy, the setup they had previously at the Saporta Sports Complex. And now this state-of-the-art facility with gym, sauna, spa, medical services, nutritional services, halls of residence, hotels, will now be the base for the biggest club in the world. On your screen in the center is Florentino Perez, the Real Madrid president, who laid the first stone for Valdebebas on the 12th of May 2004. It was inaugurated in 2006, and it is the greatest sports centre ever built by any football club worldwide. Covers 1.2 million square metres, as I just mentioned, 10 times bigger than their previous home. Just sat in the wheelchair in the first row is Alfredo Di Stefano, honorary president, winner of 2 Ballon d'Ors. There to the left, talking to Florentino Perez, is Ana Botella, the mayor of Madrid, who assumed office in December 2011, a big Real Madrid fan. Just returning now to Plateau at Real Madrid TV with our sister Spanish service. The 3 presenters have been with this program all morning, showing footage of Valdebebas and also some of the youth teams. Now, we regularly show live games from the under-9s all the way through to Castilla on Saturday and Sunday, live football at 10 and 12 local time, and also Castilla matches in the evening, and of course first team games, Champions League, Copa del Rey and league games. Very shortly we're returning to Valdebebas, just waiting for the final guests to take their seat as we get an inside preview of what this complex has for the young footballers who join the world's biggest club. Apart from obviously the state-of-the-art football pitches, gym, press conference rooms, library, studies, a halls of residence. As you can see, very neat, tidy. Waiting for the first guest, although a part of this has already been in use. Today is the official unveiling. Almost a mini museum here at the Valdebebas, where plenty of young players have come through the ranks. Some are at Real Madrid, others are plying their trade elsewhere. Not all of the players can make it into the first team. There's plenty of competition. Only the best do. The likes of Alvaro, for example, Mata, they're very successful elsewhere. Real Madrid, though, have kept hold of the best. Iker Casillas, for example, has spent his entire career here at Real Madrid. Diego Lopez, another former Castilla player. He played for Villarreal, Seville, before rejoining Real Madrid. Those two keepers in splendid form of late. 6 clean sheets in the last 6 games, 3 apiece. 3 for Casillas in the Copa del Rey, and 3 for Diego Lopez in the league. Looks like everybody sat. This event is about to commence. Florentino Perez, the Real Madrid president, Alfredo Di Stefano, the honorary president, the president of the Community of Madrid, Ignacio González, and the mayor of Madrid, Ana Botella, and the Minister for Sport for Spain, Miguel Cardenal, all sat in the front row along with Carlo Ancelotti, the Real Madrid manager, and Pablo Lasso, the basketball head coach. Hello and welcome to the unveiling of the third phase of Real Madrid City. We will shortly proceed to a video. that video ending with a beautiful image of Alfredo Di Stefano standing alongside a very young Dani Carvajal and Emilio Butragueño. That was back in 2006, the unveiling of Valdebebas. And just look how far the young Dani Carvajal has come as Florentino Perez takes to the stand. Good morning to all.
Alfredo Di Stefano, Presidente d'Honor del Real Madrid.
I'd like to thank the Honorary President Alfredo Di Stefano, Ignacio González, the President of the Community of Madrid, Ana Botella, the Mayor of Madrid, and Miguel Cardenal, the Minister of Sport, members of the local government, members of the Real Madrid Board of Directors, head coach of the basketball team and manager of the football team, Ancelotti and Pablo Lasso, Zinedine Zidane, captains of both first team sides, the football teams, Ramos, Iker Casillas, Felipe Reyes, Sergio Yul, on behalf of the basketball team, youth team players representing our youth sides for both football and basketball, the architects who helped us build this wonderful complex, sponsors who work closely with Real Madrid's Football Foundation, our ex-players who are here today too, and also former managers of both sections. Dear friends, I'd like to welcome you here to Real Madrid's City of Excellence. It's a very special day for Real Madrid fans worldwide. During our 111 years of history, we have become the best football team in the world. Over 100 years of excellence, with plenty of memories that stand out. Many dates, many goals, many successes, many teams, many players that have played here are seen as the biggest and best in the world. But we work hard every day to try to write a new page in our history books. We want to make this club better for all our fans. This is a huge step to keep moving forward, staying ahead of the time. It's to try and provide our players something different so that we could take another further leap forward to continue striving to be the best club in the world. We've always been pioneers. In 2005, we started working on the biggest state-of-the-art football complex. In 2006 it was inaugurated, and today we continue to expand. We have to thank our former president, Santiago Bernabéu, who built the former training ground, but now we have the best in the world training at the best venue. We try hard, we strive to transmit the values of Real Madrid to all those who work here. There was a beautiful image at the end of the video, Dani Carvajal alongside Alfredo Di Stefano. And since that day, we have continued moving forward. We continue to improve. We always want to be a bigger club. We always want to be the best. And this is something we pass on from one generation to another. This belongs to Real Madrid Football Club. Sacrifice, hard work has gone into Valdebebas, but this is here for all of us to enjoy, and for our younger players to learn from.
en esa mejora permanente, como he dicho antes,
This improvement
de ser más cómoda, de ser más eficaz y de que puedan desarrollar el
has
trabajo
changed
profesional.
certain ways we work, but everything is moving forward. The quality has improved, the training facilities have improved. There are 57 rooms in the halls of residence with a cinema, playroom, swimming pool, gym,
Verán optimizadas las jornadas de
where
entrenamiento y
our first team
a lo largo de cada temporada.
players and coaching staff can work, can spend their day in the most advanced complex in the world. We are confident that this new halls of residence will help the team to titles, to success in this century. And if you look back over the 111 years since the club was formed, we've been based here in the Spanish capital. We've always had a good training facility, but now for the first time in the club's history, our younger players, those youngsters who arrive here in Madrid to try and make their dream come true, to become a Real Madrid footballer or a basketball player, can now stay here at the youth team halls of residence. It's something that we have been working on for many years. The youth team has played an important part throughout the history of this club. Over 7,500 square meters of pitches, 50 rooms for these young players to live in, studies, library, games room, gym, and everything here based in one location. We owed our fans, we owed our younger players a home, a halls of residence, this training ground, and now we've made good our promise to give them the best. Our future is guaranteed. We can transmit the values that make this club so important, so big. Over 300 youth team players based in 14 youth teams have the dream of becoming professional footballers with Real Madrid and representing Real Madrid's first team. Today, our youth team is one of the best, if not the best, in the world. 45 players have come up through the ranks and are playing in La Liga, in the top flight of Spanish football, with another 51 footballers playing in first divisions across Europe. In total, 96 footballers from our youth team are playing in the top tier of top international leagues, with another 37 players playing in the second division here in Spain, in the Liga Adelante, with 133 total, the number of players playing professional football. Now, the basketball team have been on a record-breaking run, and we also want to work closely with our young basketball players who represent our 6 basketball youth teams. I'd like to thank all of the players who have worked with our youth teams, training the players, helping them to become better people and, of course, better players. Some of the players are here today. Some arrived as young teenagers, staying at hostels or at homes, training and with no real base. Look at Guti Raul, or a very young Iker Casillas, who today is captain of Real Madrid's first team. 9 first-team squad players have made their way up through the ranks. Casillas, Diego Lopez, Jesus, Arbeloa, Casemiro, Carvajal, Nacho Morata and Jose. Mirotic and Dani Diaz, 2 players for the basketball team, 2 This is an important part of Real Madrid's project, a project which wants to transmit hope to these younger players. This state-of-the-art complex will help not only educate these youngsters, but make them professional sportsmen at a time where sometimes people look at the economic plight of the country and it's difficult for many people. We've invested in our youth team. It's a challenge, but no challenge is too big for the club. Today we are stronger. This is a strategic move, our promise. We have carried out that promise to build the best installations for all Real Madrid players, young and old. Florentino Perez addressing the guests, and now it's the turn of Miguel Cardenal, the Minister of Sport, Spain.
Alcaldesa, Presidente de la Comunidad de Madrid, Presidente del Real Madrid, Don Florentino Pérez.
I'd like to thank Real Madrid President, all the Real Madrid fans, members, players, the Honorary President, Alfredo Di Stefano, the captains of the first teams, Carlo Ancelotti, also Pablo Lasso, and the captains, of course, Ramos, Casillas, Yul. Hello to you all. We're here today to witness the unveiling of the halls of residence of the first team and reserve teams. I think it's a day that's going to have to be circled in the calendar. And people look back at this important date as something that will change the club. Historically, the biggest, best players, those who have defended the Real Madrid emblem, the badge, have worked their way up through the youth teams, the ranks here. And today, this state-of-the-art complex continues to produce these world-class players. This is a sign of the club's identity. And only the best, the biggest, those who bring together the values needed to become a Real Madrid player, can knock on that first team door. Real Madrid have taken a huge step forward with this halls of residence that guarantees comfort to these young players, also for the parents of these youngsters that can see how their kids will receive not just training but also good education outside of football. Lots of footballers might not make the first team, but lots of other footballers have been at Real Madrid but have found success elsewhere. Real Madrid is an international brand, and many, many players from across the world have at one stage in their career being part of this youth academy. In the Islamic Museum of Art in Doha, the curator there is a huge Real Madrid fan worldwide. Real Madrid have fans. I was speaking with him and we talk about Real Madrid. He knew all of the players, past and present, the likes of Carvajal, Morata, Jose, the values, the results of Real Madrid Castilla. This just shows, just how important this club is worldwide. Casillas joined the club just 9 years old, playing for the under-9 side, under-10 team. Many young players want to follow the path Casillas took by building his way up through those young sides. This act today
tecnología, diseño, entretenimiento,
has
sobre todo recursos humanos.
technology combined
Una factoría
with
de
human
sueños,
resources,
cumplan los niños y
dreams,
adolescentes que disfrutan de este escenario.
and many young
No quisiera, si me lo permiten,
sportsmen
terminar sin felicitar
will
de una manera
benefit
especial
from
a
this
la sección de
complex.
baloncesto.
I'd like to thank
Nombraba antes
the basketball
Pablo
team.
Lasso, a
I
Felipe
mentioned
Reyes y a
Pablo Lasso,
Felipe
Felipe
Yul y a
Reyes,
sus compañeros
Yul, and
por
the
la encomiable
teammates
temporada que están
for their
haciendo, el
excellent,
histórico
remarkable
récord que han
season,
conseguido, y
historical
también a la
season,
plantilla de fútbol
and also
por el
the football
extraordinario,
team
práctica del deporte que están
for
realizando
how well
y
they're
los
playing
éxitos también que están consiguiendo.
and
Muchas gracias.
their successes too. Miguel Cardenal, Minister of Sport.
Tiene la palabra la alcaldesa de Madrid.
And now it's the turn
doña Ana Botella.
of Ana Botella, the mayor of Madrid.
Presidente de la Comunidad de Madrid, Ignacio
González, President of the Community of Madrid. Miguel Cardenas, who was just talking moments ago.
Florentino Pérez, Presidente de Honor. Alfredo Di Stéfano, miembros de la Junta Directiva
Members of
del
the
Real
Board
Madrid.
of Directors.
Perdón, consejera del Gobierno de la Comunidad de Madrid, concejales del Ayuntamiento de Madrid, capitanes y jugadores
Captains
del Real Madrid.
of the teams.
En primer lugar,
Ana
me
Botella
gustaría
just
unirme
welcoming and
a la
thanking
felicitación
all the
que ha hecho
guests
ya el
here
secretario
today.
de Estado del Deporte, del baloncesto y del primer equipo
And I'd like to also
de fútbol del Real Madrid
carry
y
on
dar
from
también
where
la
Miguel
enhorabuena a
Cardenal
Iker
left
Casillas
off, just to thank and
por
congratulate the
haberse
two
acompañado
teams
hace unos días.
for their
Para mí es
successes,
una
and also I'd like to
satisfacción
congratulate Iker
acompañarles en la
Casillas
presentación
on
de
his
una nueva
recent
fase de lo que es el
parenthood.
mayor centro de formación de fútbol del mundo y, por tanto, un indudable foco de atracción deportiva, turística y económica para la ciudad de Madrid. Todos conocemos lo
We
que
all
el Real
know
Madrid
how special what Real Madrid means
representa en nuestra ciudad y su
to
fabulosa
this city.
proyección internacional.
And
El
the
Real
brand
Madrid ha sido testigo
Real Madrid
protagonista indiscutible
worldwide.
de la historia de la capital de España a lo largo de
Throughout
sus
the
casi
club's
112 años de
almost
existencia,
112
durante
years
los cuales muchos
history,
madrileños han podido
this club
disfrutar de
has
los
been
éxitos del
linked with
equipo
the
de
city
generación
Real Madrid.
en generación.
It's a great
La
ambassador
presencia del Real Madrid en este
for
ámbito
this
de
city
Valdebebas y en la zona
worldwide.
aeroportuaria es
Now
un motor
based
para el
in
desarrollo
Valdebebas,
de
very
Madrid
near
del
to
siglo
Barajas,
XXI,
Madrid's
como lo fue en su
international
momento
airport.
de la zona
This has
de San
become
Martín, y lo va a seguir siendo en el futuro.
an outstanding
Madrid tiene el honor
area
de
of
ser la
Madrid.
ciudad del mejor equipo del fútbol
We
de la
are
historia,
proud
como
to be
reconoció
home
la FIFA
to the most
en el año
important,
2000. Ningún
biggest
otro
club
en
in the
todo el
world.
mundo puede igualar
An award
los títulos
granted,
conseguidos.
bestowed upon
Tres copas
Real Madrid by FIFA
internacionales,
for the
9
last
copas
century.
de Europa,
9
2
European
copas
Cups,
de la UEFA,
2
una
UEFA Cups,
Supercopa de
1 Super
Europa,
Cup,
32 ligas, 18
32
Copas del Rey,
leagues,
9
18
Supercopas
Copa del
de España y
Reys,
muchos títulos más. El Real Madrid ha
plus
tenido
many,
que trabajar,
many more
muy duro para
titles.
alcanzar
Real Madrid have had
estas
to work
cifras.
very hard
Sin embargo, es un claro ejemplo de
to
que con
win
esfuerzo
so
y
much,
tesón
determination,
puede lograrse cualquier objetivo.
and
Por eso, más
the
allá
will
de
to
los
win.
títulos, el Real Madrid ha buscado siempre la excelencia
Beyond those
en
titles,
todas
there's
sus
also
facetas.
the manner,
También en este caso, porque las instalaciones
the way
que
Real
ya
Madrid have
conocemos
gone
y
about
las que vamos
achieving
a
these
ver hoy
successes.
no admiten otro calificativo. La residencia del primer equipo
The
ayudará a
first
ganar
team
los
halls of
partidos
residence
desde el mismo
will
momento
help the first
en
team,
que
no
los
doubt,
jugadores comiencen
give
su concentración
something
y la
more,
residencia
help with the
de la
focus,
cantera está
the way they
llamada a ser
play,
el
and
mejor
also the
centro
youth team
internacional de
halls of
transmisión
residence
de
will
valores y experiencia
guarantee the
deportiva.
success that
Sin
this
duda,
academy has had
este
throughout
espacio
its
de
history.
Valdebebas es la base para que el
Valdebebas
siglo
will be
XXI,
the base,
como fue el siglo
just
XX,
like in the
sea
last
también el
century,
siglo del Real Madrid.
a guarantee
Centenares de
that
millones de personas en todo
this
el
club
mundo,
will continue being a
como decía
success, and
Miguel Cardenal,
millions
se
and
reconocen
millions of
seguidores
fans
del equipo
worldwide,
merengue, muchos de ellos niños y jóvenes.
young
Y eso es un
and
motivo
old,
de orgullo, pero también supone una gran responsabilidad.
will continue
Y como
supporting this
alcaldesa de
club.
Madrid, la ciudad
And
cuyo
as
nombre va unido a
Mayor
este
of
club,
this city,
quiero agradeceros el modo en que ejercéis
I'd
esa
like to thank
responsabilidad que siempre
the club
ha redundado en la
for the way they
proyección
have
positiva de
carried
nuestra
the
ciudad
name
y de sus
Madrid
atractivos y
around the world.
capacidades en todos los sentidos. La verdad es que sois la mejor marca
You are
de nuestra ciudad.
this city's
un único
best
ámbito, el
brand.
Ayuntamiento y el Real Madrid
The Town Hall
coincidimos en la
and
transmisión
Real
de
Madrid
los valores deportivos.
share the
El
same
Real Madrid,
values
como es
in
lógico,
sport.
desde el altavoz que supone el deporte profesional y el Ayuntamiento desde sus competencias en el deporte base.
We both
Por ello,
work
toda
with
iniciativa,
young
como
players.
es el caso de
We
estas
both share
instalaciones
and
y
work
esta
together
residencia,
on
que
initiatives,
posibilite y
projects
estimule el
that can
acercamiento
help
de niños y jóvenes a
young
esta
people
actividad es tan positiva.
enjoy
Hoy también quiero
sport.
aprovechar para agradecer al Real Madrid
I'd
su
like to thank
colaboración
Real Madrid Football
con
Club
nuestro ayuntamiento en
for
materia de
their
deporte
work
de base. Casi
with
1.800
young
niños y jóvenes
children.
de Madrid.
Almost
Algunos de ellos con
1,800
distintas discapacidades,
children, some
aprenden y juegan al fútbol y al baloncesto en los 12 centros deportivos
from
municipales
poverty,
en los que está presente
some
la fundación del Real Madrid.
immigrants, people
Sé que las
who
sucesivas
suffer
generaciones
from day to day
de jugadores que
have a
van a
chance
pasar por la
to feel
residencia
special
van a
thanks to Real
contribuir
Madrid.
a hacer de Madrid una ciudad
This
más
will
abierta,
make
más
Real Madrid,
diversa
this
y más
residence will make
deportiva.
Real Madrid
Ojalá muchos de los chicos de la cantera
even
triunfen
more
en nuestro
special,
equipo,
and hopefully
pero sobre todo
lots of
deseo
these
que
young
todos
players will
ellos
continue
tengan para
to
siempre un grato
become
recuerdo de
successes,
esta ciudad
and no
que
doubt
les ayudó a
those who
crecer
come here
como
from
personas
abroad
y como deportistas
will enjoy
gracias al Real Madrid.
Valdebebas, enjoy the
Por todo
experience
ello,
of
mi
living in
agradecimiento al
Real
Real
Madrid
Madrid,
and their
su
time at
presidente,
Real Madrid. I'd like to
por
thank
llevar
the Real Madrid
nuestro
president
nombre en el mundo y
for
ser
carrying
siempre el embajador perfecto
our
de
name
Madrid y de España,
around the world.
por hacer
You are
ciudad
the best
junto
ambassador
a nosotros
there is
en tantas facetas
for this
como el
city.
deporte inclusivo, la
And thank you for
transmisión
helping
de
us
valores,
transmit
la
the
promoción
values
turística o la
to
atracción de
people
inversiones.
worldwide, for bringing
Estoy convencida
investors into the Spanish
de que de
capital,
estas instalaciones
also
de
as a
Valdebebas
tourist attraction.
saldrá muchas veces nuestro autobús con destino a Cibeles, vuestro autobús con destino a Cibeles, señal legendaria en
I'm
la
sure
senda del
we'll be
triunfo.
seeing
El
the Real
corazón de
Madrid
la ciudad
players
os
on
espera
that
con los
bus
brazos abiertos.
travelling
Muchas
down to
gracias.
Cibeles many times more. I'd like to thank you all, and hopefully this season will be
Tiene
filled
la
with
palabra el
successes.
presidente de la Comunidad de Madrid, don Ignacio González.
Now, the community of Madrid,
Querido presidente del
in
Real
turn of
Madrid,
Ignacio González,
Alfredo, querida alcaldesa, secretario de Estado, me van a permitir que en ellos salude a todos los representantes. de las
again, I'd like to
instituciones y
thank everyone
autoridades.
here from the institution, from the
Saludo
government,
especialmente a los miembros
from
de la
Real
directiva
Madrid
del Real
Football Club,
Madrid,
the
por supuesto,
board
a los
of
jugadores, a los
directors, the
equipos
players,
directivos
and
y
the teams,
entrenadores,
representatives,
y a todos los que nos
players,
acompañan esta
coaching
noche.
staff, managers,
Quiero
all
empezar
those
estas
here
palabras
today.
agradeciendo al presidente y a
I'd
toda
like
la
to
junta
thank
directiva del Real
the
Madrid
Real
que
Madrid
nos hayan
president
invitado
and
esta
the
mañana
board of directors for
para
their
inaugurar esta
invitation to
tercera
join them
fase
here
de la
today
ciudad deportiva
for
del Real
this
Madrid. Hace 14
inauguration
meses,
of the
cuando
third
presentamos la
phase
tercera
of
fase de este complejo
Valdebebas. I
Valdebebas,
remember when we presented the
dije que era un
first
acto
phase,
muy importante
I said it
para
was
el
very
Madrid, pero que
important for
también
Real
este era un
Madrid
acto muy
Football Club
importante para Madrid.
and also
Porque
for
aquí
the
se iba a
city
continuar una
of
historia que ha
Madrid.
hecho que el nombre de nuestra región sea conocido literalmente, como decía la alcaldesa, en todos los rincones del mundo. Santa María, ganador
Across
de
the
5
world,
ligas y 4 Copas de Europa
people
con el Real Madrid,
talk about Real
decía
Madrid.
que era un
Santa
honor ser
María,
jugador de este
former
equipo,
player, said it was an
porque te
honour to be
permitía
part of
presentarte en
this
todo el
club.
mundo. Y es cierto. Pero cuando el Madrid sale fuera, no solo se
When
representa
Real
a sí
Madrid
mismo, nos está representando
play abroad,
a todos,
they
a todos los
represent not
madrileños
just
y también a todos
Real
los
Madrid
españoles.
Football Club, the
La
city
apertura de
and
estas dos
Spaniards.
residencias, la del primer equipo y la de la
The
cantera,
first team and
en
youth
este
teams
complejo del Real Madrid,
here at this
pone fin a ese gran
complex
proyecto y
in
significa
Valdebebas
un nuevo hito en ese proceso de dotar al club de
can
las mejores
continue
instalaciones sociales y deportivas del mundo.
improving this
Que
club.
un día soñó
They'll be
con
working at the
Santiago
best
Bernabéu, que fue, con toda seguridad, el mayor visionario
complex
de la
in the
historia del
world.
fútbol.
Santiago Bernabéu, the biggest
Bernabéu
visionary
creía que
in
el mejor
football,
club de fútbol del
had a
mundo
dream
debía
to build
tener
a
las
sports
mejores
city,
instalaciones del
and now
mundo.
Real Madrid have
Él fue
continued
el
that
pionero
dream.
que puso la primera piedra de la
He was the
antigua ciudad deportiva,
pioneer. He laid
sin la
down the
cual
first stone
esta
at
probablemente
Real Madrid's
no sería
first
posible.
sporting city.
Y el que se adelantó a
Without
su tiempo
that,
con la construcción
maybe
de
we
un
would
gran
not
estadio
have been
para
here
decenas de
today.
miles de
We
seguidores.
built a stadium for
El Madrid
thousands
no es el mejor
of
club de
fans.
la historia por casualidad, sino porque
Real Madrid
detrás
isn't
de
the
cada
biggest club
triunfo hay mucho esfuerzo, mucho
through
trabajo
luck.
y
It's
mucha
work,
dedicación.
dedication.
El Madrid es el mejor club de la historia
Real
por
Madrid
sus
are the
jugadores,
best club
por
in the
sus
world,
dirigentes,
thanks
que
to
han
their
sabido
players,
situarlo donde está.
those who run the
Hay
club.
gente que habla de ayudas que vienen del pasado, pero conviene recordar que el Madrid ganó 2 ligas durante la Segunda República y no ganó la tercera hasta el año 1954.
Real Madrid didn't win their third league title till 1954.
Del equipo del régimen llevaban ya
So,
con ese régimen 5 ligas.
when people were talking about Real Madrid being a team of the regime, they'd only won 2 leagues, so the club has never been a team of the regime. It's a team that has worked hard to become a success. This Real Madrid city will be a place to transmit respect, the values, respect, trust, friendship, and all those who live in the community of Madrid agree these values are important in day-to-day life. Madrid can beat any club. And Real Madrid are the best club. There have been some tough years for Real Madrid, some tough years for people across Spain, but that spirit of sacrifice, hard work, and in the last few years, the Real Madrid club and people who live in Spain and Madrid have made their own personal sacrifices. And that hard work pays off. I think Madrid has a great future ahead of the city. I think Real Madrid do too. Real Madrid is the best the city has. The inauguration of this complex is something special. It will make the legend of Real Madrid even bigger. This residence and everything that surrounds this complex will guarantee the future of Real Madrid Football Club. And the club will continue to travel around the world carrying the name of this city, Madrid. I'd like to thank you all the guests agreeing that Real Madrid is the city's best ambassador, also the country's best ambassador. For example, the Santiago Bernabéu is one of the most visited museums in Spain, alongside the likes of the Thyssen and the Prado. Now, taking to the stand, or to the stage, for the photo, Florentino Pérez, Miguel Cárdenas, Ana Botella, Vice Presidents, members of the Board of Director, Sergio Ramos, Iker Casillas, Carlo Ancelotti, Pablo Lasso, Felipe Reyes, and Sergio Llull. We've heard from the President, Florentino Pérez, from Ana Botella, the Mayor of Madrid, Ignacio González, the President of the Community of Madrid, and the Minister of Sport, Miguel Cardenal. Also, some representatives of the youth teams, football and basketball there too. Who knows? Maybe standing there we have the next Felipe Reyes, the next Dani Carvajal. And in the centre of your picture, Don Alfredo Di Stefano. Now, members of the first team squad also join those on the stage. Diego Lopez, Alvaro Morata, Jesus Casillas. These are all players who were brought up through the youth team. You can just see there Alvaro Arbeloa, Dani Carvajal standing alongside Miguel Cardenal. And Florentino Pérez said there were 96 footballers playing in the top leagues across Europe. That's an outstanding figure. You're looking at almost 9 complete sides. mentioned the likes of Massa, Negredo, for example. Also, if you look at teams in Spain,
A continuación, se procederá a descubrir
also
una placa
in the second division,
conmemorativa de este
Segunda B,
acto. Rogamos
there
a
are
la
plenty
prensa
of
que ocupe
other
la
footballers.
posición
Also,
designada.
for
El
Castilla,
resto de
who play in the
invitados
second division,
podrán seguir el
Real
desarrollo
Madrid
del
C
mismo
in the
en las
Segunda
pantallas
B,
de
the
esta
second
sala,
B division.
mientras disfrutan de un vino español.
And the guests now have a cocktail to enjoy. As you can hear the Real Madrid traditional hymn. Very smart indeed. The members of the Real Madrid football team and basketball team. Now they're going to unveil a plaque. Very similar to the one we saw unveiled by Alfredo Di Stefano and Dani Carvajal just over 7 years ago. And we just had a comment there. Finally, this moment has arrived. The Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium carries the name of the honorary president, has room to expand. And also, if you get the chance to visit Madrid, and obviously you should visit the Santiago Bernabéu, the museum, when you fly into the Spanish capital, you land at Barajas International Airport. Well, as you land, or as you leave, take off, you fly almost over Valdebebas. You can't miss it. You'll see all the training pitches, the Real Madrid C pitch, the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium, the gym, and now you can add to that the halls of residence for the first team and also for the youth sides, where players like Jesse, Morata, Dani Carvajal, Nacho will probably pass on their experiences, their wise words to the younger players knocking on the Castilla door and that first team door, the likes of Medran, Melero, Suarez. Players who could be playing for Real Madrid in maybe 2-3 seasons. It's very difficult to make that step up into the first team. Sometimes players need to go out on loan to other clubs, the likes of, for example, Dani Carvajal, 1 year in the Bundesliga by Leverkusen, voted the best right back in the league by Sports Bild, returned to join Real Madrid Football Club. Arvarabola took a slightly longer route, playing for Deportivo La Coruña, joining Liverpool, with whom he won a European Cup, before returning to Real Madrid. The same goes for Diego Lopez. You can just hear Pablo Lasso saying that we landed at 4 in the morning. Well, it was they played in Moscow not very long ago. It was last night. Although they lost, you've got to put it into context. They'd won 31 games, consecutive victories since the season tipped off with the Spanish Super Cup in Vitoria, which they won, beating Barcelona in the final. That's 31 games, 2 in the Super Cup, 16 in the Liga Endesa, the rest in the EuroLeague, before losing to one of the favourites of the competition, CSK Moscow. An outstanding season for Pablo Lasso's team. Favourites going into the Copa del Rey, which will be held in Malaga from the 6th to 9th of February. As for the football team, they are climbing up that league table. They could move top of the league for the first time this season, this weekend, with a win at home to Granada on Saturday. Plenty of expectation, no doubt, at the Santiago Bernabéu this weekend. And also here, of course, journalists from around the world. Well, I'm sure there'll be a few spies too, looking to see what this complex has. State-of-the-art gym, halls of residence, library, training facilities, hotel, as we see that plaque unveiled. I mean, we saw the video. If you looked at the halls of residence, it was almost like a 7-star hotel. Well, the players here of the first team, second team, basketball and football, join for the photo. And the plaque carries the date 24th of January 2014. The name of Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid, the honorary president Alfredo Di Stefano, the Community of Madrid representative Ignacio González, the mayor of Madrid Ana Botella, and the Minister of Sport Miguel Cardenal. We heard from them all earlier, and they all agree that Madrid is the biggest club in the world, the most successful club in the world, and that this Hall's residence will no doubt make Madrid the club to follow. For those who want to knock Real Madrid off top spot, it's going to be difficult. My bet will be that Real Madrid will win the FIFA award for the best club this century too. Well, that's all from Valdebebas, from myself and the rest of the team in the Spanish capital. We've just seen the unveiling of the third phase of Valdebebas, the new Hall's residence for the first and second team, and the team hotel. For myself and the rest of the team here, adios.